Good morning, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Project Joy Live. It's your triple shot of good vibes every Monday, Wednesday, Friday at this 9 a.m. Eastern Time hour. I'm your host, Jessica Dugas. Always happy to be here with you today. Coming up on today's show, we've got the biggest 90s nostalgia updates for you today. Danielle Valero is here, and we've got another amazing and fun Flashback Friday for you. So stay tuned for that coming up. Let me know, how was your last couple of days? How has the overall week been for you all so far? It has been really pretty, and I refer to life like this often anyway. A little bit of whiplash this week, a little bit of roller coaster. Really, the last couple of weeks have been interesting because I've had like really amazing, great, and wonderful mountaintop, high, beautiful moments. And then other moments that I'm like, why? Why is this happening? And it's just sort of this, it's really challenging to not come crashing down in the moment. But something really exciting happened actually after the show on Wednesday. I shared with you guys that I was going to be meeting someone, and it's challenging from time to time with the Breakthrough Show Network because we are global. We have people that have been on the show, hosts and guests and things like that have been on the show from all around the world. I think I shared before. We're upwards of over 30 countries represented on the network so far, and it's exciting. But there's a lot of people that you create a relationship with, you get closer with, and you don't always get to meet them in person. And so this person and I have been trying for quite some time to get together, and there will always be things happening and coming up. And finally, she said to me, she said, I'm going up to Boston. And I just mentioned, I said, well, 95, you have to go past me to get to Boston. And so I was very excited after the show on Wednesday that I got a chance to meet up with co-host from Project Joy Live, Trista Polo, and her husband, Russ. It was super fun, super amazing. And we met up over at Mystic Village, one of my favorite places to go when people come in anyway, because there's places to roam, they can stretch their legs, places to eat, drink, shop, sit. There's lots of benches and things like that. And we're not at the super touristy time of Mystic Village yet, so love to meet over there. So we really had a great time. We did a little bit of shopping. We went to Becca Rose, which is one of my favorite stores over there, and we got matching necklaces, and we went to get a bite to eat, and I took them over to Franklin's after to get some fudge, because I said, you can't leave Mystic Village without getting yourself some fudge. I don't eat it anymore. It makes me very sad, but I always try to take my friends there. And so we did that. We took some pictures. We had there's a dragon outside of the Cloak and Wand, and every time I see it, without fail, I think about Teresa from Spirit Sessions. And so I'm like, let's go kiss the dragon. So we did. We kissed the dragon and took some pictures. It was a great time. And it's so funny with people, because when you meet online and Trisha and I have known each other, I think we figured out maybe about 9 years or so. We've known each other a really long time. And so you never know, though, when you meet someone online like that, what is it going to be like in person? Are they going to be the same? Is the vibe going to be similar? Because you just don't know compared to the virtual world or online. And it was so funny because we've talked about this on the show before, you guys, but when Trista hosts with me on Project Joy here, her husband always makes her breakfast and brings her breakfast. And sometimes I'll hear him in the background. And obviously, I've seen pictures of him and things like that, but I always hear his voice and I sort of associate him now with breakfast. And so I'm standing on the sidewalk, and Trista and her husband are getting out of the car. Her husband was the first one to come out, and I recognized him immediately. So when Trista gets out of the car, I literally yelled across the parking lot. I'm like, all I saw was Russell and I thought I was getting breakfast. And so then she's yelling back. It was really great. We have a very similar similar vibe, Trista and I. So it was a wonderful time, and it leaves that much less of a gap on the show between the people that I haven't met and people that I have gotten to meet in person. And so it was really great. It's been the highlight of my week. And so thank you again to Trista Polo, my co-host here on Project Joy Live, and her hubby Russ for coming and spending a little bit of time together. It was really great. What else do we have going on? We have something fun happening this weekend, a little fun thing, and we're gonna throw back on Sunday. So we'll be talking about that when Danielle comes on. But I want to go over and say good morning to everybody. Listen, Danielle was like, I'm gonna get in the studio and in the VIP seat. So she's waiting to come up for Fun Friday. Let's see. Miss Sang D is here. She says, has no fear. Friday is here. Happy to be here with you as always. Sang. Teresa's here, everybody. Loving the Friday vibes today. Yes. I thought this week was a scary roller coaster ride, and it ended up being a kiddie roller coaster, Sang said. I'm not gonna lie, I had a couple of moments that were couple of moments. I had a couple of moments that were a little bit on the what the hell is this side, but it is what it is. Yes, I did get some Trista time. Love Mystic Village. There, okay, so one of the dragon pictures is in the host chat. Danielle, if you scroll up, you can see the picture with the dragon. Rich Pasternak is here this morning, you guys. I've met so many people online over here. I'd say 99% of those I've met in real life have been awesome. I agree. I have not had, I'm trying to think if I've had a bad in-person experience compared to online. I really haven't. But it's also because, and you can let me know, Rich, how you feel about this. I feel like I'm super intentional about the deeper relationships that I create online. I'm always open to meeting new people and having a conversation or whatever, but not every one of those conversations is going to turn into a lifelong friendship, or even a friendship for a little while, or something where you're talking to someone all the time. And so those people I feel like I'm really intentional about. And so then I don't know. So I don't think I'm trying to think if I've had a bad interaction. I was looking back at some photos the other day from when we moved from Alabama back to Connecticut. And I told my husband, I said, when we do that, I want to see people on the way. And I did. I called our move back to Connecticut the tour of hugs, because I think I stopped in every state and saw somebody that I knew from the network or just someone I'd met online. Saw so many incredible people, and it was just so good. So I met up with Jeremy Witcher the other day, and I was looking back at the pictures that we took when we stopped at some random gas station. I don't even remember what state we were in, and Jeremy and all his boys were there, and me and the kids and Phil were there, and we taking selfies at the gas station. But I looked through all those pictures, and like, man, it's always been so good. Even the celebrities that I've had on the show that I've met in person, no bad experiences. All has been great. So I'm gonna cross my cross my fingers that continues to be good. And of course, the relationship that started online that turned out to be something great. It worked out well with my husband. So met him online too. So we'll take that. He's Rich said there's a couple that turned out to be not so awesome. It's bound to happen. I mean, I think maybe there's been a couple people I will say that's not a bad thing that it hasn't been like bad in person, but we haven't we're maybe not as close anymore, but it's not because we met in person. We've just had a lot of, our lives have kind of gone different directions over time. But I have nothing bad to say about anybody that I've ever met in person that I had a relationship online. So that's good. Yes, we are celebrating today, you guys. We are 8 away from 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. And let me tell you, I have told people over time, this is so important to me. I don't know. It just feels like a big milestone, especially because we've never paid for subscribers. I've never hired anybody to get us more subscribers. And it was always important for me from the beginning to do it organically. I don't want people watching the network because they somehow feel forced to be a part of the network. I always wanted this to be about people who hear about it from someone else. Like Sang said, I just sent it to 8 people and I will be looking for them, period. Okay, that's what she said. But it's always like, I just wanted it to be through you. They heard about it through someone. They really want to be here. They really want to watch. And so I'm really proud. I'm really proud of that 1,000. And I was hoping to get there before our 8th anniversary. So we'll see. Rich said, by the time I meet an online friend in real life, I'm usually certain it'll be a good experience. Absolutely. Well, I look forward to, Rich, if we ever get together, it's going to be something about music. It's going to be something about music. We're going to go to a show. It's going to be great. It's going to be great. And so we'll have a good time for that. All right, everybody. Let's flash back. It's time to flash back. Danielle is here and it's time for the biggest 90 nostalgia updates right now. Let's do it. Lord, every time.
Just dancing away.
I'm having a moment over here. That's what I'm doing. Good morning, Danielle. How are you today?
Morning. I'm doing good. Feeling the Friday vibes. Yeah.
Feeling the Friday. I don't know what is happening with my obnoxious hair today. I'm just so annoyed with it over here. I need a scrunchie and maybe banana clip, or maybe what are those? The headbands?
I got a claw clip right here. You just shoot it over through the screen.
I know. I need my other claw clip so I can hold this mess up here. What was those? The headband? Did they have a specific name for the headbands that like clawed into your head?
I was wearing one yesterday. Because it really just holds it back real good. I don't know what the name is though.
Listen, Sang loved her banana clips. I did, but I had such a hard time getting them to stay in my hair as a kid because my hair was so fine when I was younger. Like it just was not, it did not work well for me. Now
you have thick hair.
Now I have really thick hair.
It's opposite for me. It was thick when I was younger, and now it's like all thin and it's all the hair dye.
Listen, Rich says a banana clip. Okay, so there's the clip that opened like this. It had the teeth, right? Mm-hmm. And it's kind of curved like a banana.
And then it hooks up here.
Right. And then you flip your head over, you put all your hair in it, you clip it, and and it kind of made you look like you had a horse's mane.
Exactly. That's exactly the look we were all going for.
And if you had I cannot imagine Sang with a perm. I can't do it. Sang, I need photos right now.
I look like a poodle when I had it, so And I literally was called a poodle.
Oh my God. A back mohawk. A back
Mohawk. Exactly. Yes.
So funny. So funny. Okay. See, we don't need to do anything. We've had enough of a throwback here this morning. Okay. So I wanted to talk about today some big 90s news. And it's so funny because I did some research on what are some 80s and 90s nostalgic news that's happening today, and the top one happens to be what I wanted to mention about 90s con, because they did the latest 90s con announcement. As you guys know, this will be my third third
Third.
year, yeah, maybe third year
My
going.
second.
It'll be Danielle's second, my third year going to 90s Con. It happens in Hartford, Connecticut. They were doing 2 a year. They had Florida as well that they were doing, but they ended up taking that completely off the roster. The Florida people were pissed, by the way. There was a lot of like chatter going on online about that. But I think, look, costs continue to rise. It continues to be a lot to put on something like that. And so they've narrowed it down to just doing Connecticut. So they do it in Hartford every year. And it was supposed to be in March, and then they moved it to October this year. So it gave us a little more time. And obviously, because of the change of the date, some of the people that were supposed to be there are no longer going to be there. And that's another thing that people get upset about. But every time we
Right.
talk about 90s Con on this show, and also I see it happening in the chat, people always say you can't plan to go to a con experience and make it dependent on one star or one thing, because you just never know how people's schedules are going to work out. And then
Right.
if you're going for one person, now your heart's broken because they're not going to
But
be
it's
there
a
or
whole
whatever.
experience. You should want to go for the experience.
Right.
The whole experience is just amazing, even if your favorite person happens to not be there.
Right. Right. So the announcement that was made this week for 90s Con was the secret world of Alex Mack. Now, they made a really big deal about this reunion because it's never happened before. They couldn't get the main person, Larissa, the main actress. They couldn't get her for the longest time.
Wow.
And so this is the first time this reunion has been done. And I'm going to be honest with you when I tell you, I knew the name right away. The name rung a bell, the actor rung a bell, but I didn't remember watching it until I went back and looked at clips.
Oh, one of
And
those,
then
it
I was like,
unlocked a memory
oh,
kind of thing.
yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So I knew the show, but I had when they made the announcement, and it didn't help, by the way, that all of my kids and my husband were like, "Who is that?" Like they had no idea. Obviously, my kids wouldn't have known because they weren't there. But I also try to remember that my husband is 6 years older than me. So in 94, 95, when that show came out, I was in high school. He was an adult and working, and he wouldn't have been watching a show like The Secret Life of Alex Mack.
My husband is around my age and he didn't even know that show.
Really?
He said he never watched it.
I am surprised.
And I actually remembered that show, and that was one of those shows that I watched all the time. Like I enjoyed that one for whatever reason, because I looked at clips recently and I'm like, I don't know why I like that. You like can totally tell this is all like bad graphics.
I know. Well, I mean, the premise of the show was that the girl lived in a suburbs, and then a chemical truck had an accident and spilt these chemicals on her, and she started having like superpowers and all of that, right?
And they were looking for her.
Even the intro was wild to me because there are so many from the 90s memorable intro songs for shows. Like I could sing you Full House, Step by Step, even Perfect Strangers, which I'm so excited they're going to be at 90s Con this year. So I could sing you all of those songs. Alex Mack did not have a theme song. It was literally her telling the story
Oh,
of what
telling her
happened.
story
Yeah.
about, yeah,
It had like a
that's
little
true.
bit of music in the background, but then it was her
Mm,
telling the story. There was no song
yeah.
there, which I found really interesting for the 90s because even when I go back to 2 years ago at 90s Con and Hey Dude was there, when
Oh,
we went to the panel, I cry every time I see this clip. I don't know why, but we're all in the panel audience and they're like, "Who remembers the theme song?" And so we all were singing it word for word in the audience. It was so good. So good. So sayings like, you're trying to tell me that even if Jordan Knight isn't there, I should still go. Childhood crush.
oh, I'm so happy she said that. I would love to see Donnie Wahlberg. Like, I would love to see the whole group of guys. I would love to
Yes.
see New Kids on the Block. Like, I would pay whatever to get pictures with them. I don't care what my husband says. I would pay big bucks for that.
This takes me back to the do you guys remember, some of you might remember, do you remember seeing clips of when me and Jocelyn and Dr. Adrienne McKeon did the little skit for the Breakthrough show like 4 years ago? Do you remember seeing a clip of that? We all had curlers in our hair and stuff. Do you remember?
Oh, I think I do remember something like that with the curlers. I don't.
So we were talking about on the show though, like running. And like I was like, I don't run. And then I was like, then we were like, well, we might run if we hear a taco truck. If we hear a taco truck, with wine and tacos, we might run. And I said I would get a taco, and Jocelyn was like, I would get 2 tacos. And Dr. Adrienne McKeon was like, I would get 3 tacos. I would get 3 tacos. It just takes me back to the whole, like, what would you do? What would you do for? So Danielle would buy 100 tacos to see.
I would get all the tacos, all the margaritas, and I would run. And I don't like running. I would run. Everything would be, and I would be running.
That's it. My friend passed out at a New Kids on the Block concert in 1989 and got to meet Donnie.
I would pass out to meet him. Put me on a stretcher. I would pass out. Stop it.
I would pass out.
I would pass out and bump my head on the way down. Boom.
Yes, my favorite guys ever. By the way, speaking
Love
of
them.
New Kids on the Block, sorry guys, this is the most random show ever today. On apparently it's Spotify's 20th anniversary. Did you guys know this? Spotify's been around for 20 years.
And I love them.
And so when you log in today, they give you you know how they do like the Spotify Wrapped every year at the end of the year. So they're doing like, they tell you the first time you ever logged on, what was the first song you ever listened to on Spotify. There's a whole 20-year anniversary thing on Spotify. Guess who was my number 1 listened to artist of all the years I've been on Spotify? We just talked about it. New Kids on the Block.
Oh, really? I did. Yeah. I was like, it couldn't be that.
Number one of all time.
I feel like mine's going to be Nicki Minaj or something. I don't know. I have to look though. I'm very curious.
Yes, we need to find out. And so, okay, Rich, this is my question for Rich Pasternak. Can you guess what the first song I ever listened to? And it's not who you would think. I do play him occasionally. He's more chill. He goes by 2 names. And I think at one time he might have gotten kicked out of the United States. There's your trivia, Rich Pasternak. Who was the first person that I listened to ever when I got my Spotify account? There's your trivia. He said she passed out because of Donnie and then got to meet him. Apparently, is the story. And she also stalked Richard Marx around the theme park he was
I
playing.
think she has a problem. I want that problem, actually. No.
No, not that. No,
No,
not,
I don't. No. Not at all.
Okay, so let me know if you have another guess. He can go by two names. He's got very kind of chill music. He's got some music that is very like what's the right phrase for it when a song is kind of like timely and about world issues. I don't know. I'm not thinking. Anyway, let me know if you could think of who it is and maybe I'll say it at the end. Going back to the announcement, I have to show you this because there's 4 stars that are going to be. Let me open up my other thing, my notes of who's all going to be there at 90s Con. So from the show, there's going to be Larissa Olenek, who played Alex Mack. Her best friend was played by Darius Love, good-looking guy. I'm really excited to meet him. Again, when I watched clips from the show, now I remember who he is. The girl who played her sister in the show, Meredith Bishop, is going to be there, and then Natanya Ross is going to be there, who played a friend on the show. Now this one took me out because I'm looking at her and I was like, who is this? And I would have never known in a million years, but I have to show you this. Okay. So this is Natanya Ross when she played on Alex Mack. I'm trying to pull it up here. Hold on. This is what she looked like then. Okay. On the show. What she looks like now.
What?
Right? Like,
excuse me?
I was like, who is that? It is crazy.
Wow. That's a transformation.
I'm telling you.
Doesn't even look like the same person.
Not at all. I was so shocked, but she's already been posting about going. She's so excited about being at 90s Con. And I really appreciate that because I've been, I mentioned last year, we took Margine to Horror Fest in October, which was at the same venue that 90s Con is at. And there was a celebrity there. I'm not going to bring up who it was again, that I was really surprised. Like, they looked so bored. They did not want to be there. And it doesn't make it fun for anybody involved, them included. And I also, it bothers me in a way because I know how much we pay to go to events like this. You know what I mean? And it's not just us. There's hundreds of people in there paying that, or thousands of people paying that amount of money. And so it's like, you could put a smile on your face.
Just fake it. Come on. Just act like you're happy to be there.
Figure it out. So I wanted to go over really quickly. Obviously, here's the 4 from Alex Mack that are going to be there at 90s Con. Also, Jane Seymour and Joe Lando from Dr. Quinn Medicine Woman. If anybody remembers that. Rob Estes, Grant Show, Daphne Zunga, Laura Layton, Josie Bissett, and Heather Locklear, all from Melrose Place.
So excited for that.
Looking at Heather Locklear, her line is going to be out the door.
It's going to be nuts.
Madhouse. Nuts. I remember, so Rob Estes and Grant Show, I really enjoyed.
Yeah,
because I remember them being on other things too, and then Laura Layton, also, she also had the time when she was on 90210 as well. So I could add her into my 90210 mix. Last year I met Jason Priestley and Gabrielle Carteras and Brian Austin Green. Rich is having a crush. Comments here we go. You should totally come down for this, Rich, by the way, in October. I think it would be fun. So then we have Tara Reid is coming by herself, and I was hoping they would get a group of people from American Pie to come, including Tara Reid. I think it would be good.
Yeah.
Also Rachel Lee Cook is coming solo. You guys remember
Ooh.
her from She's All That. And that's sort of the disappointing part is that Freddie Prinze Jr. was also supposed to come, but then he had to cancel when they changed the date. So that was
Oh.
my daughter was like, I'm not going. So that's it. Okay, we've got an update. Sang says we're at 993 subscribers. So 7 to go. Can we get there in the next 15 minutes? We're going to find out. Then we have Larry Bagby, Tobias, I don't know how to say his last name, Jelinek, Thora Birch, Vanessa Shaw, Omri Katz, Kenny Ortega, all from Hocus Pocus. That's the Hocus Pocus. They played all the kids in the Hocus Pocus movies. And so they're going to be on there. And then we have, of course, here is right here, you guys, Bronson Pinchot, Marklyn Baker. When I tell you, I'm so excited about Perfect Strangers. Because I'm a huge fan as well of Bronson Pinchot in The Langoliers. He's been in so many things. I just love them. I'm so excited about that. Then Jason Marsden, which we met the very first time we went to 90s Con. He is
Oh
a
yeah.
riot. So good. Jason Marsden, Josh Burns, Sasha Mitchell, Christopher Castile, Angela Watson, Stacey Keene, Christine Lakin, and Patrick Duffy, all from Step by Step, are going to be there. I met Stacey Keene and Jason Marsden year one. So this is my chance to finish up that collection. I'm really excited actually to talk to Patrick Duffy. He's been around a long time in the acting world. And then we have Larry Brantley, who was the voice of Wishbone for many, many years. If you guys remember Wishbone, I don't know if I didn't watch that a whole lot, but I do. I remember the little dog, for sure. Then we have Nick Carter and AJ McLean from the Backstreet Boys that are going to be there. I missed AJ the last time he was there, so I'm hoping to come around this time maybe. And then finally it was announced Selma Blair.
Oh, I want to see her for sure.
Me too. Really
Definitely.
excited about Selma Blair. And she's been through a lot health wise.
Definitely.
And so here was what happened in my brain. Okay. I want to tell you guys because I try really hard to connect the dots of like, who do I think if I see one person, maybe they'll announce another person and then there will be a reunion for that particular show. So I was trying to put it together. My initial thought when I saw Selma Blair and Freddie Prinze Jr. is that maybe Sarah Michelle Gellar would come because she's married to Freddie Prinze Jr. And Sarah Michelle Gellar and Selma Blair would do Cruel Intentions.
But you need what's his name?
Ryan Phillippe.
Yes. I would definitely be excited for that.
I would be all over.
I love Cruel Intentions.
And then, of course, and so I'm trying to think of other names of people that, like, I think would be amazing to have there, but I just don't know if they could pull it off. And that's Reese Witherspoon, obviously, because she was in Cruel Intentions too. And she's in a lot of other things from that time. Julia Stiles, I would love to see.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Julia Stiles for sure. Patrick Dempsey. It's another good one. Okay. Who else from that time? There's a couple people like I have some regrets. I have some regrets from past 90s Con. So like I always do, there will be a spreadsheet involved.
She sent me her spreadsheet last time. I'm like, this is wild. Like, girl, you're not kidding with this. Like, you're dead
Well,
serious.
I mean, you only have so much time,
It's
right? Because
true.
you were there. You know how long the lines get. So you think, "Oh, there's 50 people going to be here and I only want to meet 10. That's fine." But like was it Brian Austin Green? Who was it? I was in a line last time for like 2.5 hours.
That's wild.
I'm trying to remember who
Yeah.
that was for. 2.5 hours in line is a long time. A long
No,
time.
that's ridiculously long.
And so then you have panel
Right.
discussions. At some point, you got to go to the bathroom and eat, Then you also have, there's the whole area where you could do the photo ops.
Right.
And the shopping. And so
Right.
you think to yourself, okay, you have half a day Friday, the full day Saturday, half a day Sunday, plenty of time, right? But you really don't. You really don't have a lot of time. So there will be a spreadsheet and I have to prioritize what I'm doing this year. Who are you most excited to see out of all of those people?
I think Selma Hayek.
Or Selma Blair. Yeah.
Oh, I'd love to see her too.
It's not a common name, okay? So
no, I definitely want to see her. I'm very excited to see her.
Yeah.
In the crew, Melrose Place crew cast. I definitely am excited to see them as well because I did watch Melrose Place. That was like one of my favorite shows. So I'm excited to see them as well. I think those would probably be the ones that I'm most excited for. Step by Step. I did watch Step by Step.
Yeah. If you get a chance to meet Stacey Keene, she's so lovely and warm. And the interesting thing with her is she did Step by Step, and then she's an attorney now. That's what she like.
Nice.
But she's so smart and she's so just well spoken, but she's fun, and I really enjoyed her. And so and Step by Step was a show I remember that I really appreciated so much at the time, because so many of the shows that were out were about these big happy families that had been together like from the get-go, and Step by Step was about divorce, a blended family. And that was something that was part of my life growing up. And so it was something that I think I could relate to a little bit more as a teenager compared to some of the other shows that were like, it portrayed a life that I didn't know. And so Step by Step, I think I really, because it was so, it was a mess. It was a mess, and it was good. It was good.
Good show.
Okay, so I wanted to get into a couple other notable things about 90s news right now. So, the Melrose Place women united recently for a People feature. People magazine brought back 6 of the leading ladies together for more than 3 decades after the show dominated Monday nights. Also, there's an Oasis, the music band Oasis from the 90s, if you guys remember them. There is a reunion documentary coming. The documentary is about the band's huge 2025 reunion tour, and it will hit select theaters September 11th, and then it will stream on Disney and Hulu after that. Also, you know what I thought of when I saw this, Miguel? There is a He-Man reboot.
What?
He-Man reboot coming June 5th, 2026. It's going to have, I don't know how to say his last name, Nicholas Galitzine. Jared Leto is going to be in it, which is another.
Oh, I'd love to see him. Why can't he be at the 90s?
Please and thank you. Can we have My So-Called Life?
Please. We only got 1 season. And
we're hurting
please?
Over here.
I was devastated for months.
Okay, let me
tell you. The love of my life, that show.
Listen, I know.
I'm still not over it, actually.
I do want to tell you though that very recently Wilson Cruz, who played Enrique Vasquez on that show, was on with Christine Taylor and David Lasher on their Hey Dude the 90s Called podcast. He was on there recently. He looks so good. He's so like he's doing all of this stage acting and everything else. He's really fantastic. So go watch
He
that
really is.
episode of Hey Dude the 90s Called. And but Jared Leto, Claire Danes, AJ Langer, Devin Odessa. I would love to see that cast.
Absolutely. Who do we have to write to? Need to
But
see
you know,
them.
it's interesting too because you get into this conversation about there's certain people from these casts who have gone on to do that are still super popular today. So Claire
Yeah.
Danes did that show that, on Netflix. Now the name's slipping me, but it was so good. Very recently, The Beast in Me, I think might have what it's called. So
I
good
don't know.
though. An incredible series, mini series, and then, like, going back to that conversation about Cruel Intentions, Reese Witherspoon is still very much,
Oh,
in
my
the
favorite actress of all time is
yeah,
Reese Witherspoon.
yeah,
I would love to see her there too, but like you said, they're like very busy, very
yeah,
popular, moved on to bigger and better things, I guess.
right, right. I mean, it's like when they try to get in sync together 'cause Justin Timberlake has kind of been
Right?
on his own for so long,
Yeah.
it's that conversation too. But anyway, these are we want My
Yeah.
So-Called Life, even if you can't get Jared Leto and Claire Danes. I would love to see Wilson Cruz just come, honestly. Like, he's so fantastic. So good.
Yes. Yes.
In other news, let's see, Masters of the Universe. So that's what I was talking about with He-Man.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of people in there, and the trailer apparently dropped in March, but I had not seen it, so
I have not seen it. I don't think I've seen it.
I'm gonna have to
I
go
have to tell
watch
Miguel
that.
about that.
Yeah. Yep. In last month, American Idol did a 90s themed night. They called it 90s Judges Song Contest. And Andrea Barber from Full House, that played Kimmy Gibbler on Full House, she talked about missing the comfort and innocence of the 90s when she was on there. And on the finale of American Idol on May 11th, Carrie Underwood performed with Motley Crue, has a little
What?
throwback. They did Home Sweet Home and Kickstart My Heart, a little 80s rock meets
Nice.
current TV. Um and let's see what else. Courtney Love has recently clarified that there will be no whole reunion. Apparently, there was some buzz in March saying that they thought Hole was going to reunite, but she later clarified no such thing. No such thing. So technically not 80s and 90s, but it was in 2021 when this series got started. But Fast and the Furious is being turned into a TV series. For anybody that doesn't know. Vin Diesel confirmed
What?
a 4-part TV expansion very recently. But so there's that as well. What else? There was one other thing I think I could remember here. Where is it? Oh, Bill Pullman and Jeff Goldblum had an Independence Day reunion, by the way, you guys. They reunited on May 13th, 2026, just a couple days ago. And just ahead of the movie's Independence Day 30th anniversary coming up on July 3rd. Independence Day.
30th?
Hmm.
Wow.
Yep.
That's wild.
1996 is turning 30 years old this.
Oh, I should know. I have a daughter that was born in 1996.
I cannot. I
Yeah.
cannot.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then of course, recently we've had a couple sad moments. Nicholas Brendan from the Buffy the Vampire Slayer series passed away. He passed away in March 2026 at age 54. Kiki Shepard from Showtime at the Apollo passed away on March 16th, age 74 years old. Corey Parker from Will and Grace passed away. Will and Grace, I think, would be another great show. There was some other ones at that time. Mad About You um was in that time that had
No,
uh
I definitely remember watching Mad About You, but
I'm having a moment.
I can't. I'm blank.
It'll come back to me after we roll the credits. And then Don Schlitz, who was the songwriter for the song "The Gambler," it was Kenny Rogers made that song big. On a warm summer's evening, on a train bound to nowhere, you got to
Ooh,
know when to hold 'em,
hold them.
know
No,
when to fold
fold
'em.
'em.
There it is. He wrote that song and many, many others, but he passed away last month, April 16th, 2026. Obviously, Kenny Rogers made that song big, but the songwriters don't often get a lot of credit. So shout out to John
Sure.
Schlitz for that as well. So that's all that's going on in 80s and 90s news. Teresa always has stories, and she said, I worked with a lady who went to high school with John Stamos.
What?
Isn't that wild?
Excuse me?
I
That's wild.
I know. And one of my little sisters went to middle school with the girl that played Kimmy Gibbler. So Andrea Barber. Teresa knows everybody. 6 degrees of separation
Wow.
is alive and well in Teresa Warren, let me tell you.
She's got stories. She's got info.
I am telling you, she always, and all of Teresa's solid gold stories of going to solid gold when she was growing up. I mean, I just live for those. California perks, she said. That's what happens when you grow up out near LA,
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah.
That makes sense.
All right.
I get it now.
Yeah, and it makes sense now for sure. All right, so we need to we're going to take a super quick break, and when we come back, we got birthdays for you. We'll be right back after this.
Breakthroughs are about more than you might think. They're about discovering who you are, digging deep, reaching to the core of your soul. They're about healing yourself, understanding your beliefs, creating a ripple effect. And it's not just those initial moments that matter. It's about using them to bring more joy into our own lives and the lives of others. It's about having fun, letting loose, enjoying every moment life has to offer. It's about finding a safe space. It's about creating connection. Join us each and every day for exclusive programming, special events, and a community to call home, where we invite you to explore, change the way you look at and live your life, and go beyond the breakthrough. So we ask you, are you ready? We'll see you online at thebreakthroughshow.com.
Welcome back, everybody, to Project Joy Live. Today is Friday, May 15th, 2026. Danielle and I have been having a little trip down memory lane here with you on this Flashback Friday. Also, I wanted to bring up this really quick because it is in pop culture news. Have you watched the roast of Kevin Hart?
Yes. Well, I don't want to say I sat through the whole thing and watched it from beginning to end, but I saw so many clips and I watched some parts of it. So
I saw the first probably maybe about a quarter of it last night before I fell asleep. But the only reason I even turned it on is because I had seen so many things of people saying like it was horrible or they went too far or whatever else. Don't we normally hear that when we start looking at comedy acts?
It's comedy. If you don't like it, don't watch it. They're going to joke about cringy things. They're always going to go past that line that you think you don't cross. They're going to cross it because it's almost like they want to desensitize people. But honestly, like I'm not, and it's probably an unpopular opinion. not a big fan of Kevin Hart. I don't
Mm.
find him funny. He's annoying to me. So I wouldn't sit there. And I did see Kevin Hart. I actually went to a comedy show with a group of friends to go see him, and was not impressed. So
Interesting. Well, it's
he's
funny.
not
That
my
was
cup
like,
of tea. So I won't go to another show, and I tend not to watch stuff with him in it. But that's just because I don't find him funny. Just like some people don't find
yeah,
other comedians funny.
yeah.
If you don't like them, don't watch them. He's just not, which is probably why I won't sit through the whole thing.
Well, it was funny because that was some of the the brunt of the jokes in the beginning part that I saw anyway, was people saying that he's not funny and he's only in like kind of B movies and all of those things. And so but I did enjoy the beginning when Tom Brady came out. It's always funny to me when somebody comes out that's like a sports person, or you don't expect them to be funny at all, because that's not the work that they're in. But I thought Tom Brady was kind of funny.
I did not see Tom Brady. That was one of the clips I did not see.
So if you go to turn it on, it's on Netflix. If you go to turn it on, it's in the very beginning, so you don't have to
Yeah.
watch the whole thing or whatever. So
My husband was watching it last night, and he's like, let's watch it together. I said, I'm going to bed. I've already seen enough clips. I don't need to sit here and watch the whole thing. No thanks. Have fun. Enjoy.
I know. So anyway, I was just I'm just bringing it up because I have not finished watching it. Let me know if you guys out there have watched it, if you're even a fan of the roast. I feel like, you have comedy, and then, which already pushes a lot of boundaries, and then a roast really, like, I mean, how
No, it goes way
uncomfortable
past.
can you get? Like, just boop right over.
If you're super sensitive, don't watch it. I
it.
don't recommend it, because they definitely hit some touchy topics
Yeah.
that are putting people in not a good place right now. They're
Yeah.
very offended and upset, and
Well, I think it's
comedy.
interesting
I'm
too.
just like,
right. There's always going to be this conversation about time and place. There's always going to
Mhm.
be a conversation about, does something go too far? And
Mhm.
and there's like, I think people become more sensitive when maybe a topic that's brought up in comedy is happening like as we speak.
True.
For sure. And then the other thing too is that there is there's the idea that you can you can you get to choose. Okay, like, when you're going through something that's really difficult, you get to choose, am I going to be sensitive about this? Like, am I like, and if you are sensitive about it, you get to ask yourself, why am I sensitive about this? So I'm not telling you to completely make a therapy session out of something when you go to comedy, but it is
Right.
an opportunity to be like, if I get all riled up about this, what is it that that maybe I need to work on, just to.
Because I've actually watched clips on like YouTube of comics talking about certain topics that are touchy, and like people in the audience like literally screaming, yelling at them in the middle of the show, getting up, disrupting the whole show.
Yep.
And it's like, just leave. Just leave if you don't like it. There literally is a door. You can walk out. Like, you don't have to stay there and watch it. I'm like,
Right.
just go.
Right. Roast comedy. Listen, this is it. Roast comedy. He was saying roast comedy is a specific skill that not many can do it well. I mean, it's very different than I think going to a regular comedy show. Saying Matt Rife goes far, and people still enjoy him, and not even nearly as far as they do in like the roast. Like,
I also don't find him funny either.
and see, it's
a me thing though. It's a me thing.
Everybody
has their own taste.
Yeah, for sure. I'm really fortunate. So if you get a chance to, Shelly Belly, who has been on our show here, Michelle Ryder, she was on Netflix's The Circle. She's been a comedian a very long time. Love her. Gotten to meet her in person twice. And she, like I said, she's been on the show twice. She has a special on Amazon now that you can get real cheap. And I enjoyed it. A lot of those bits I've heard before because, like I said, I have seen her. But Michelle is a woman comic who is really raunchy, and she's really raunchy. Like she talks about a lot of sexual things.
I think I've seen her before, heard her before, and
Yeah.
I was like, ooh.
Yep.
Ooh.
She's and she talks about things that are, if you're all prim and proper and everything else are probably not things that you talk about in everyday life with even your friends. She talks about bodily functions and all kinds, getting older and what happens to your body when you get older and all of those things. And so, but I think it's so true to life that you have to laugh. Like it's just, if you can't laugh about that stuff, what are you doing? What are you doing?
Also, I think it's very important if you're going to go see a comic or you're going to pay for tickets to always go do your research first. Yeah. So you don't set yourself up to be in a situation where it's not something you're enjoying and they're talking about topics that could or may trigger you. And if you know certain things trigger you, you should maybe look into it first.
Yeah. Yep. Very true. Matt Rife is today's Dane Cook. Rich said he played to older women and he's good looking, and that's the whole act. I mean, it's really there's a lot to be said for that too, about kind of that stage presence, star power. Yeah. What is it that people
I watched him on Wild and Out. I watched him on that. And there's situations on that show where he was really good at what he did and it was funny, but out of all the people on there, he was probably one of the least people on there that I really thought was funny. And so to see him get really big and stuff, I was like, is it because he looks? Is it the looks, or do people really find him funny?
Right.
But his whole act is like talking to everybody like in the audience. Like I feel like
isn't that looks thing though too the case for really every type of thing? Like there are some people who cannot sing at all and people love them and it's because they're good to look at or whatever. Then you have actors who they're not that great actors but they're beautiful or nice to look at or whatever. So there is that. We could have a whole conversation about they call it pretty privilege. Which is interesting as well. So anyway, we have to get to birthdays. Ready for birthdays? Now that we've rambled for 57 minutes.
I mean, there's so much to talk about.
There is. All right, let's do it.
Happy birthday to you.
All right, everybody. I have one birthday in the celebrity world today, and the only reason I even recognize his name is because I'm not huge into sports. I know that both of our husbands are like big into the football and all of that. But I recognize his name because you remember a period of time in school when everybody who's anybody was a Cowboys fan, and it was because of Emmitt Smith. And so today is Emmitt Smith's birthday.
Oh, wow.
57 years old today. Smith is. And celebrity in my life, actually a Breakthrough Show Network alum that does a lot of work in the plant-based world and health and wellness world. Kathleen Gage has a birthday today. So that's it. That's all I got. You have any?
I got nothing.
It's a quiet day here on Project Joy Live in birthdays. All right, here we go. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Emmitt Smith and Kathleen Gage. Happy birthday to you. Birthday to all those that are celebrating. We hope you have an absolutely amazing day and celebration. Anything you have going on? We're doing something fun Sunday.
Yes, that's exactly what I have going on.
That's all I've got to. I'm
so excited for it.
Speaking of Flashback Friday, Danielle and I and our hubbies, of course, our Uber drivers are taking us to see Blackstreet at Mohegan Sun on Sunday. And My husband is wild. He was like, remind me who that is. So he's not good with names. He's not good with names at all. And then I
I'm not
started playing the
either.
music.
So yeah,
I'm like, it's okay. It's no diggity.
no doubt. That's all you have to say.
When it comes to Blackstreet, it's
Hello?
true. Another one that I love that they had a part in, so I don't know if they'll play it, is that when they redid the Rugrats theme song, Take Me There. Yes. Do you remember that? So good.
Yes.
With Maya and who else was in that remake? I'm trying to
Oh
was
my
Mace?
gosh, and they had the playpen and the whole
Yes.
oh my god, that just took
See?
me way back.
It's gonna be
Unlocked a
good.
memory. No, it's
This is
gonna be
gonna
so
be
good.
there's gonna be babies with this concert. We already know there's gonna be 9 months from now.
Not me. Not
me
it.
either. Not
Leave
it.
me out of that equation.
But there will be, because they have they have baby making music, as we
They
say.
definitely do. That's baby making music all the way. All
So
the
next
way.
time Danielle is on, we will report back from the Blackstreet concert, and I hope whatever you guys are up to this weekend, you have fun and a great time. And we will catch you next time. I'll be on next week. I don't know who's on right now. You're gonna have to just tune in. I'm not prepared today. I'm tired. Thanks for being on, as always, Danielle, and I will see you
Absolutely.
on Sunday.
Yes, such a good time. I'm excited.
Yes. Yes. All right, everybody. I'm Jessica Dugas. This is Danielle Valero, and we want to remind you to make joy a priority in your life today and every day. And we'll see you next time. Bye, everybody.